1. Darkness cannot drive out darkness, only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate, only love can do that. Explanation: this quote emphasizes the power of love and compassion in overcoming hatred and violence. 2. Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. Explanation: King believed that injustice in any part of the world affects everyone, and we all have a responsibility to stand up against it. 3. Our lives begin to end the day we become silent about things that matter. Explanation: King encourages people not to remain silent in the face of injustice and to speak up for what is right. 4. I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. Explanation: this famous quote reflects King's vision for a future where racial discrimination is eradicated, and individuals are judged based on their character, not their race. 5. The time is always right to do what is right. Explanation: King advocates for taking moral and just actions regardless of the circumstances or the difficulties involved. 6. Faith is taking the first step even when you don't see the whole staircase. Explanation: this quote encourages having faith and taking action even when the outcome is uncertain. 7. We must accept finite disappointment, but never lose infinite hope. Explanation: King urges us to persevere through disappointments and maintain hope for a better future. 8. The ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in moments of comfort and convenience, but where he stands at times of challenge and controversy. Explanation: King emphasizes that a person's true character is revealed during difficult and challenging times. 9. Love is the only force capable of transforming an enemy into a friend. Explanation: this quote emphasizes the power of love and nonviolence in creating positive change and reconciliation. 10. Freedom is never voluntarily given by the oppressor, it must be demanded by the oppressed. Explanation: King highlights the necessity for those seeking freedom to actively fight for their rights and demand justice. 11. The time is always right to do right. Explanation: a restatement of an earlier quote, emphasizing the importance of doing what is morally right at all times. 12. The ultimate tragedy is not the oppression and cruelty by the bad people but the silence over that by the good people. Explanation: King warns against the danger of remaining silent in the face of injustice, as it perpetuates cruelty and oppression. 13. If you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But whatever you do, you have to keep moving forward. Explanation: this quote encourages perseverance and the idea that progress, no matter how slow, is essential. 14. There comes a time when silence is betrayal. Explanation: King stresses the importance of speaking out against injustice and not betraying one's conscience by remaining silent. 15. We may have all come on different ships, but we're in the same boat now. Explanation: this quote emphasizes the shared humanity and interconnectedness of all people, regardless of their backgrounds. 16. The true neighbor will risk his position, his prestige, and even his life for the welfare of others. Explanation: King advocates for a selfless and compassionate approach to being a good neighbor and helping others. 17. We must live together as brothers or perish together as fools. Explanation: King urges for unity and cooperation among people, as the alternative is destruction and foolishness. 18. The time will come when men will not only put aside their weapons and words but will build cities for peaceful exchange. Explanation: this quote envisions a future where conflicts are resolved peacefully, and societies collaborate for mutual benefit. 19. A nation that continues year after year to spend more money on military defense than on programs of social uplift is approaching spiritual death. Explanation: King criticizes excessive spending on the military at the expense of social welfare and moral values. 20. We must develop and maintain the capacity to forgive. He who is devoid of the power to forgive is devoid of the power to love. Explanation: King stresses the importance of forgiveness and love in fostering positive relationships and building a better world. 21. I look to a day when people will not be judged by the color of their skin but by the content of their character. Explanation. Reiterating the importance of character over race, King envisions a future free from racial prejudice. 22. Nonviolence is a powerful and just weapon. It is a sword that heals. Explanation. King advocates for the strength of nonviolent resistance in combating injustice and fostering healing and reconciliation. 23. We must build dikes of courage to hold back the flood of fear. Explanation. King encourages courage in the face of fear, as fear can be overwhelming and destructive if left unchecked. 24. The function of education is to teach one to think intensively and to think critically. Explanation. King highlights the significance of education in fostering critical thinking and understanding complex issues. 25. Darkness cannot drive out darkness, only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate, only love can do that. Explanation. Repeating an earlier quote, King emphasizes the power of love and compassion in overcoming hatred and darkness. 26. Our scientific power has outrun our spiritual power. We have guided missiles and misguided men. Explanation. King addresses the need to balance technological advancements with spiritual and moral growth to avoid misuse of power. 27. The choice is not between violence and nonviolence, but between nonviolence and non-existence. Explanation. King underlines the necessity of adopting nonviolence to avoid self-destruction and achieve a peaceful coexistence. 28. Change does not roll in on the wheels of inevitability but comes through continuous struggle. Explanation. This quote reminds us that progress and change require persistent efforts and determination. 29. I have decided to stick with love. Hate is too great a burden to bear. Explanation. King expresses his commitment to love and nonviolence, as hatred only brings unnecessary burdens. 30. Let no man pull you so low as to hate him. Explanation. King advises against succumbing to hatred, even when faced with adversity or opposition.